5 games remaining, your Rangers know how important each at-bat is. Shin-Soo-Choo gets the first pitch deep to right field. Going back, Martinez. Looking up. Goodbar.
That takes care of those 2 runs.
With each passing inning, they know the game can turn at any moment. Long run for J.D. Martinez into the corner. He can't get it. It's a fair ball and hops into the seats. Beltre will have a ground rule double. Chu scores, and Beltre drives in another. The Rangers have the lead again. With the division title in the balance, every win brings them one step closer. The runners, the 1-2 pitch. The right center field. Stubbs on the run. In the alley.
Man, that ball was slicing away from him, too. Wow, what a finish.
Drew Stubbs, a great running catch, and that is a winner. Tonight, the best story in baseball continues to unfold when your Rangers meet the Detroit Tigers next. Texas Rangers baseball is presented by AT&T UVerse TV. It is another gorgeous evening here on this last evening in September. Globe Life Park is the site, and your Rangers look to make up some more ground in the American League West and maintain at least that 2-game advantage. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Graves, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us for this Wednesday night of Ranger baseball. Rangers finishing up the next to the last series of the year, and the last one's going to be a dandy. But first things first, Rangers have to take care of the Tigers tonight, and they're going to do so with a revamped middle of the order. And I say revamped. Same guys, same order, 2, 3, and 4, but they are producing like they have not all year together.
They are buzzing. Seems like a few weeks ago, everybody was saying, okay, for the Rangers to really finish strong, to make it down the stretch, the guys in the middle of the order, the guys making the most money, they have to start hitting that way. And, man, they really have done that. When you look at individually what they've done, Chu, Beltre, Fielder, they've averaged, the 3 of them, around 390. They've averaged about 18 or 19 RBIs in the 16 games. Their OPS averages out to over 1,000. They're having multi-hit games. They are pounding the ball, getting on base, and getting the job done. And that's why the Rangers right now offensively are where they are and why they have such a good chance to close it out.
And they've been doing it early in the game, too, so keep an eye on that tonight. See if the Rangers can get off to another fast start. They'll be taking on the Tigers, the rubber game of this 3-game series. Coming up, starting lineups and first pitch right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. It's brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T UVerse TV. UVerse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, a great evening out here at Globe Life Park. And again, Elvis and Prince Theater going after it. Prince has taken the worst of that beating. All 3 games now he's gotten knocked out by Elvis. See if that pertains also to the Tigers. Elvis and company getting loose. And before we get things underway, let's sit down and check in with Emily Jones.
Well, Buzz, after a loss in Game 1 and everything they could handle in Game 2 against these Tigers, the Rangers not taking anything for granted here in the finale tonight.
The Tigers are going to play, and I respect that. I respect the fact that they've shown up and that they're ready to play and that they're managing the ball game to win. And so we've got to continue to play well. We can't give away runs, and our pitchers need to really pitch a good ball game. And when we get an opportunity to push runs across the plate, then we need to put together some really good at-bats.
And this is a team that is built at second half reputation on taking advantage of those opportunities, making the most of scoring chances, of errors on another team. They did that last night. We'll look to do it maybe in a more conventional way here tonight, but Giovanni Gallardo on the mound, and hopefully his Rangers offense can give him a little bit of something to work with here in the early innings, Buzz.
All right, Em, thank you very much. Yeah, Giovanni out there tonight, and now Tom's going to tell you about the Detroit Tiger lineup that Giovanni will face this evening.
Anthony Gose, the center fielder, is the leadoff hitter tonight. Rajai Davis gets the start. He'll bat second. Ian Kinsler moves down to the third spot. He's a .335 hitter in his last 76 games. J.D. Martinez is the cleanup hitter. Knocked in runs number 100 and 101 with his 2-run homer in last night's ball game. Tyler Collins is batting fifth. Nick Castellanos is batting sixth. Alex Avila gets the start at first base. He'll bat seventh. James McCann is the catcher, and batting ninth is the shortstop, Andrew Romine.
Well, Brad Ausmus with that 9 out there to face Giovanni Gallardo, the 29-year-old from Fort Worth. Our progressive scouting report for Giovanni, 12 and 11 this year. And Rangers now tonight especially are going to rely on his veteran influence in this ball game, and also the moxie that has seen him through his years in the major league level. They need for him to spin up a dandy. They rely on the veteran pitchers. They relied on Cole Hamels last night. Maybe not Cole's best effort, but it was a winning effort. And that's exactly what the Rangers need here tonight from another veteran, Giovanni Gallardo. Well, Giovanni has struggled a little bit of late, but he's about ready to get back on track. This is his 33rd start of 2015. That is a tie for the most that he has ever had in a season in his career. Also had 33 a couple of times with the Milwaukee Brewers back in 2011 and 2012. No, we are ready to get underway. First pitch of the night to Anthony Gose. A swing and a miss by Gose. Gose batting at .255, and he led off the first game here on Monday night and hit 9th last night. And he's back up at the top here this evening. Off-speed pitch stays high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Brad Ausmus, as you might have noted, has changed his lineup a bit. He's giving Miguel Cabrera the evening off, at least to start the ball game. There had been some talk that Cabrera was going to miss last night's also. There's a shot foul by Gose. Cabrera now has enough plate appearances to qualify for the batting title. He's out in front by about 11 percentage points in that batting race. So Brad Ausmus said that he's going to give his veteran slugger probably 2 of the next 5 days off for the Tigers. There's the big fella down there on the bench, and he is still nursing a sore calf a bit. He has been relegated to a lot of pinch hit or a lot of designated hitter roles. And the other designated hitter, Victor Martinez, not in the lineup tonight either. He's still experiencing that sore quad muscle on his left side. 2-2 the count to Gose. Giovanni Gallardo okays the sign. The next pitch. 3-2. Gose, the leadoff man, will be followed by the left fielder, Rajai Davis. Tigers come in at 73 and 84. They are in last place in the Central Division of the American League. They're 17 games back of the division winner, Kansas City. Tigers this year got off to a very good start. They started out 6-0. They went to 10-2 before falling on some hard times. Injury bug got them. Not having Justin Verlander in the lineup in the starting rotation for the first 2 months kind of took its toll. 3-2. Call strike 3.
Right down the middle of the plate.
Gose caught window shopping as Giovanni gets the punch out.
Well, Giovanni got ahead in the count. He ran the count to 3-2. 3-2 pitch was fouled off, a slider, and then a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Gose eyeballing it. Must not have been ready to hit that fastball. No doubt about the location of it.
He was looking for ball 4. Didn't quite get it. Rajai Davis takes a strike on the outside corner. Davis a .258 average. 8 home runs, 30 driven in. One ball and 1 strike. Tom Hallion, by the way, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes tonight. Saw Tom Hallion behind the plate about a week ago, 10 days ago, I guess it was. Had a very solid ball game, calling balls and strikes. And that is at the bottom of the zone. If I remember right, that low pitch was something that Tom Hallion called virtually every time a pitcher threw it down there.
Well, that'll be a good situation for Giovanni Gallardo because he definitely likes to nibble around the edges of the strike zone. You see right there is a couple, 3 pitches that have done exactly that.
1-2 pitch. And 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rajai Davis, pretty much a platoon player at this stage of his career. Great speed, always has had, and a little more trouble against right-handed pitching. He's been primarily against left-handed pitching. They've seen a lot of his action. 2-2 pitch, called strike 3. There it is.
Nibbling around the edges. Davis didn't like it, but I think when we see the strike zone, that'll be right at the bottom, right on the corner.
Let's take a look at the Ranger defense very quickly. Delivered to you by Chicken Express. And the outfield against the left-hander tonight. You have Napoli in left field, and the Shields and Chu round out the outfield. Shin-Soo Chu with just 1 error in his last 34 games. Marlon Odor, Andrews, and Beltre. Robinson Chirinos. Good to see Robbie back in the lineup catching for Giovanni Gallardo. So 2 away, both on called third strikes. Here is Ian Kinsler moving down a spot to hit third tonight. Ball 1. Take a look at that last pitch to Rajai Davis.
Yeah, just a slightly bit lower than the strike to Ghost, but definitely a strike.
Kinsler, check swing, and the appeal down to first. And Bolino down there said no swing, 2 balls and no strikes. Ian, a 298 hitter with 11 home runs, 73 driven in. He was the one that hit that shot last night. He singles through the hole here. Kinsler lined that ball toward the gap in right center last night that Drew Stubbs ran forever to catch up with. The final out of the ball game. Kinsler on with a 2-out single here in the first inning tonight. A 1 on and 2 out. And J.D. Martinez handling the DH chores tonight. Martinez, as Tom told you, 101 RBI now. He is the first outfielder for the Tigers since Maglio Ordonez to drive in more than 100 runs. 1 ball, no strikes. Ordonez drove in 103 back in 2008. So it's been 7 years. J.D. Martinez also 38 home runs and hitting at 281. Kinsler a pretty good lead at first. And the pitch is low. 2 balls, no strikes. Giovanni Gallardo here at home this year, making his 16th start tonight. He's 7-6 with a .353 earned run average in the 15 starts prior to tonight. 3 balls, no strikes. Well, Giovanni being extremely careful with the man who hit the first inning home run last night. J.D. Martinez has fallen behind 3-0. Martinez batting fourth. Tyler Collins in that on-deck circle. Base hit left center field. The Shields will cut it off, but Kinsler will be able to go first to third. The throw into second, not in time. Kinsler now caught off third. The tag, he's safe. Adrian couldn't quite get back to the bag the full way and tried to make the catch and the tag on the run, and just couldn't get it back down in time.
Martinez hit that ball solidly in the gap in left center field. Ian's seeing if he might be able to sneak home if the Rangers aren't paying attention to him, and he's very fortunate to be able to sneak back to third base. Martinez hustling all the way, made sure he got a double instead of a single.
Conference on the mound to give the Rangers an opportunity to look at the replay upstairs. Joey Provinsky, the Ranger video review specialist upstairs, looking at that, and Set word down to Steve Buechele, who passed it on to Jeff Banner, said, no, we don't need to use a challenge on that. So J.D. Martinez with his 32nd double of the year. Kinsler at third now, Martinez at second. And Tyler Collins getting the start in right field tonight. Coming to the plate, hitting at 264. Base hit to right field. Kinsler will score. J.D. Martinez around third will score. A 2-run single. And like last night, the Tigers out to a 2-0 lead here in the first.
Well, they've hit all three balls pretty well. That one might have been a little bit off the handle, but still fairly sharply hit into right field. Kinsler hit the ball hard into left. Martinez smoked his ball into left center. Well, after 2 strikeouts, 3 straight ropes, and the Tigers have played it a couple of runs.
So 3 consecutive 2-out hits. 2 across. Nick Castellanos, the third baseman, is in. And he takes a strike at the knees. Castellanos, who had to leave last night's game after 1 at bat, had a hand problem, a contusion on his hand, and he was listed as day-to-day, but he felt he could get back in there tonight. .257 average with 15 home runs for the young third baseman. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yamani Gallardo, another high pitch count in the first inning for him. And he's made kind of a habit of this. He's up to 22. He's going to need 23 to, at least 23 to get out of this. And no, he's not going to need 23. Not that he got Collins picked off. And Giovanni will make the tag himself, and that will do it. Well, the pickoff, and it turns out to be exactly 22 pitches in the first inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, nobody left after a half inning. The Tigers 2, the Rangers coming up. I'm going to tell you about the Southwest Airlines Rangers lineup.
Delano DeShields is the leadoff hitter. Shin-Soo Choo bats second and leads the American League with 25 runs scored in the month of September. Adrian Beltre has knocked in 22 runs in his last 18 games. He'll bat third. Prince Fielder's the cleanup hitter. Mike Napoli bats fifth. Mitch Moreland will bat sixth and play first base. Elvis Andrus, who's played at least 150 games in each of the last 5 years, bats seventh. Rougned Odor is the second baseman and batting ninth. Getting the start behind the plate is Robinson Chirinos.
Yeah, Jeff Bannister's club trying to get back into this thing here tonight. And Delano DeShields takes strike 1 from Matt Boyd. Matt Boyd, also a member of the Toronto Blue Jays that came over in the trade for David Price, along with last night's starter Daniel Norris. Boyd's next pitch is a little bit low. 24-year-old left-hander is above average stuff. He has a lively fastball and a breaking ball and occasional change. A very highly touted prospect acquired in that Price deal. Rangers have seen him before twice this year. He made his major league debut as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays back in late June against the Rangers in Toronto. And then the Rangers saw him on the trip in late August up to Detroit. So he's not an unfamiliar foe. At least they have a little bit of a book on him, and we'll see if they can use that to their advantage. Boyd was able to work in the 2 starts, almost 13 innings against the Rangers, so they didn't knock him out early. But they were able to get a couple of wins in the games that he started. Next pitch is in at the knees. Probably going to say that a lot tonight.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. That was pretty much the same part of the strike zone as the pitch that Ghost took for strike 3.
2-2 to Delano, who's hitting at 258. Got him swinging. Good changeup by Matt Boyd, and he gets the strikeout. Take a look at the defense behind Matt Boyd here tonight. Tigers lineup looks like this. Davis in left, Ghost in center, and Collins is in right tonight. A little bit of revamped as Alex Avila is at first. James McCann behind the plate, no errors in 109 games for the young catcher. Kinsler and Romine up the middle with Castellanos at third and Matt Boyd on the mound. One up, one away. Here is Shin-Soo Choo. 1 ball and no strikes. Choo, his highest average starting a ball game this year at 276. 21 home runs, 79 driven in. He has not found a way to solve Matt Boyd until that pitch. Solved him for a solid base hit to right.
No one is solving Shin-Soo Choo, I'll tell you that. He's hitting a line drive every time up, it seems. Got a .463 on base percentage since the All-Star game. That's the best in the American League. .524 in the month of September.
Well, you know, when he got off to a start where he was hitting under 100 in the first month, he is now 5th in the American League in on-base percentage for the entire year.
Yeah, with that start.
You've got to do something pretty special.
I'll say.
Well, here's Adrian Beltre. Takes inside for ball 1. Beltre now at 281. And talk about doing some work. You saw the 3 guys in the middle of that Ranger order, along with Choo, Beltre, and Fielder. They have, in the last sweet 16 worth of games, gone crazy. And the Rangers have benefited. Adrian ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. There's Prince. He is going to be next. Choo at first. 1 out here in the Ranger first. Last 30 home games, Adrian Beltre, a .420 average. The Rangers as a team have gone nuts, but Beltre leading the charge here at home. Chopper foul, that evens the count now, 2-2. Rangers, we use that cutoff point going back in time to the 29th of July. That was the day after the Yankees throttled the Rangers 21-5. Since that time, the Rangers have been just on fire here at Globe Life Park. They have hit .303 as a team, and they've scored almost 6 runs per game. And they've pitched to a .372 ERA. That's a pretty good combination. Beltre a drive deep to left field. It is on its way. Goodbye. Again, a brand new ball game in the first inning.
It looked like a changeup that went about 400 feet. And he showed what Choo and Fielder and Beltre had done in the last 16 games, and it just continues tonight. A base hit and a home run by the middle of the lineup. That was a long home run with a lot of hang time. It was Choo with a 2-run homer last night, Beltre tonight.
Brad Ausmus kind of looked like he had that pained look on his face. Fielder going the other way, and Rajai Davis in fair territory makes the grab for out number 2. Adrian Beltre, watch this extension.
I think that was a changeup. If it was, it looked like it. That's a bad place to locate your changeup.
Yeah.
Middle of the plate on the inside part.
Ball just barely stayed in Tarrant County.
You throw it in the middle of the plate on the outside corner, you got a chance that he might hit it off the end of the bat if it's a little bit out in front of it. On the inside part of the plate, you can be out in front of it and still be able to do that to it.
Oh, 2 gone now. Here's Mike Napoli. Knapp 1 for 3 in previous matchups against Matt Boyd. Rangers now have scored 119 first inning runs this year. They are 3rd in Major League Baseball. They are, I should say, tied for 2nd now with Colorado, depending on what the Rockies do. Both of them with 119. The Yankees lead the way with 125, but the Rangers just throttling opponents in that first inning. Napoli yanks it foul. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Knapp is a Ranger, a .300 average and .333 in his last 14 games. Making his 11th start in the last 17 Ranger games. 1-2 pitch. That will even the count. The last night of the first, it was J.D. Martinez 2-run home run after a walk to Miguel Cabrera. Chu tied it. Rangers went on to take the lead with 3 more first inning runs. They led 5-2 after 1 inning. Pudge down there giving some instruction, huh? Yeah. Telling Adrian.
Pudge is telling Adrian about the one he hit off the window out there.
Inside and low, and Napoli draws a walk. Well, as always, Napoli, when he gets down to the count, never count him out. He will more often than not get it back to a full count at some point.
He does, man. 2 reasons. He's got the power, and the pitcher's being careful, trying to make a perfect pitch.
Yep.
He's got the eye at the plate not to swing at it if it's not a good pitch.
And now a little bit of extra time as the Tigers go into an extreme overshift and a different kind of overshift. We saw Castellanos last night, the third baseman, and he's the one out in shallow right field. Ian Kinsler stays at his normal second base spot. Romine, the shortstop, the only one left on the left side of the diamond. And now McCann's going to go out and say something to Matt Boyd. He's dealing with Mitch Moreland, and Mitch is having the kind of year where if you make a mistake to him right about now, he's liable to hit one of the upper home run porch. He's had 5 home runs in his last 16 ball games. And he does have a career home run against Boyd. 2 out of 6. 23 home runs. He's tied with Prince Fielder for the team leadership in the home run category. Napoli, a modest lead at first. The breaking ball. It's on the outside corner. 1-1. Pitch has hits in 9 of his last 10 ball games coming into play tonight. Boyd a check of first. And Mitch chopping that pitch foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moreland this year, talking about among American League hitters, is 8th with an RBI every 5.5 at bats. Matt Boyd paying Mike Napoli a compliment. Used his good move over there for that. Now the left-hander is set once again. Napoli is going. The pitch is high. The throw is higher. And Napoli, oh, he's called out at second. Thought he'd gotten in there. Not quite. And Nap's going to stay out there. And Jeff Anderson saying, hang on here a second. We got a video guy that can take a look at that. Here's what he's going to take a look at. Get a good idea. Yeah, don't think he quite got there in time. So that is going to do it. Jeff Anderson says, no, that's okay. We'll pass on the review. So Rangers come back to tie it in the first. 2 runs on 2 hits after 1. It is the Rangers 2 and the Tigers 2. And Adrian Beltre got it done with his 17th home run of the year on 2-run blast. Nick Castellanos, the first pitch he sees from Giovanni Gallardo, singles to left field. That's how the second starts off for the Detroit Tigers. Castellanos with the base hit. He was left standing at home plate in the first when Tyler Collins was picked off.
Hey, Giovanni struck out the first two guys. The next four guys all hit the ball in the good part of the bat. Giovanni's going to have to figure out a way to get a ground ball right here, maybe get a double play. Turn this string of line drives around. Line drives and hard ground balls.
He's going to face the left-handed hitting first baseman, Alex Avila. Avila, just a 192 average. 4 home runs, 13 driven in. Avila, when he was healthy a couple of years ago, catching every day, really had good power to left and left center field. He used the entire ballpark. Went through some knee issues. And I believe he had a lower back problem also that sidelined him for a bit. Just 65 games this year. 1 ball, no strikes. Omar Vizquel, the Tigers' first base coach, talking to Nick Castellanos. Omar indicating to the dugout that maybe Castellanos' hand acting up again. Fly ball to right center. Chu into the alley, makes the grab. Back to first goes Castellanos. 1 out. James McCann coming up. We're going to check in with Jim Knox.
I appreciate it, Buzz. The Texas Rangers wives doing a great job of giving back to the community. A couple of days ago, they served food at the Arlington Life Shelter. It's courtesy of Papa John's Pizza and also Delaware North. Maytag even pitched in a washer and dryer, so the Texas Rangers baseball wives, like all season long, continue to give back to the community in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Great job they did this season. Buzz? Yeah, there you go. Fans are ready, Buzz. They're ready.
You got them primed up. James McCann, the Tiger catcher, takes strike 1. McCann hitting at 266. Nazis inciting a riot out there.
He's been known to get people pretty excited.
Yeah, he has.
All he's got to do is ask them if they're having fun. They usually are.
One ball and 1 strike. McCann with 7 home runs and 40 driven in. On base percentage just a click below 300. So McCann still trying to learn the ropes of being a major league hitter. Getting on base. A little bit of power. Yeah, 1 on and 1 out here in the second. McCann caught the first game on Monday in this series. Went 1 for 5 in that game. Drove in a couple of runs. It was the Tiger victory, a 7-4 Detroit win. Odor, Andrews, Moreland, double play. That takes care of the Tigers in the second. The 2 ball, Adam again. No runs a hit, nobody left. After 1.5, Rangers 2, Tigers 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. A nice crowd on hand in this Wednesday night at Globe Life Park, the last dollar hot dog night of the year. It's creating some memories, snapping the pictures of Globe Life Park and the environs. Hopefully snapping some pictures of a Ranger victory here tonight. Mitch Moreland takes a big curveball that settles a bit inside for ball 1. Mitch was left at home plate when Mike Napoli got caught trying to swipe second base to end the first inning. Boyd to the wind. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mitch to go along with his 23 home runs, a career high 84 RBI, and that's 24 more runs driven in his previous career best. That was set back in 2013. He had 60 RBI that year. He had a year where he stayed healthy most of the year. Little bumps and bruises here and there, but said for the most part he's felt pretty good. And when you get a guy like Mitch with his ability, with a healthy year, you can see the kinds of numbers he can put up. Two and one as he settles back in the box. Out of play to the left. The Rangers, we focused on the threesome in the middle of the order for the Rangers with Chu, Beltre, and Fielder in our opening remarks. The Rangers as a team in September have been among the elite in all of baseball offensively. That ball is driven to deep left center field. Moving over Rajai Davis and able to make the catch for the out. That looked and sounded a little bit better than it turned out. And before Elvis steps in, let's check in with Dana Larson, who has an early Mazda game break for us. All right, Dana, thank you. And Eric Sogard.
And somehow the A's beat them with Barry Zito starting that game. That would qualify as an upset. Garrett Richards on the mound for the Angels.
Yeah, maybe 10 years ago, Zito beating him wouldn't have been a big deal, but a little bit different. Elvis tried to push bunt and bunts it foul.
If he could have got it toward second base, I don't think there's any way the pitcher could have beat him over there, provided Avila, the first baseman, had to go to his right.
Elvis on a pretty good streak, starting another streak, as a matter of fact, being on base, reaching either by a hit or a walk. 14 straight games now. Elvis with a career high 7 home runs, 60 driven in. 0-2 pitch. The appeal down at first, no swing. And Borino making that call. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Closer than it looked, I'll say that for it.
You're talking about the Rangers in the month of September. They lead the major leagues with 145 runs for the month. Rangers have also drawn 111 walks. This the last day of September. That's the most by the Rangers in any month since 2002. That pitch a little bit low. Elvis eyeballing him. Dave Magadan, Ranger hitting coach, under some heat early in the season. And since the guys have turned back around, Dave said, you know, I've become a much better hitting coach when these guys started getting base hits.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Ian Kinsler near the bag at second. Takes care of Elvis's pop-up. That's out number 2. He did say that with tongue-in-cheek. He very well knows that.
Yeah, the message has been the same all the way.
Yeah. He'd be the first to tell you that, hey, they should get the credit when they do well, and I'll take the blame when they don't do well. That's just the way coaching at the big leagues is set up. 2 outs here, and Rougned Odor will now face Matt Boyd. Called strike 1. And one more number for you about the Rangers offense in September. Second in Major League Baseball with on-base percentage, 349. That's just 1 percentage point behind the Toronto Blue Jays. Anytime you're talking about offensive numbers and you're in the same group with Toronto, you're having a heck of a time. Blue Jays just tearing everybody apart, including tonight's victim, the Baltimore Orioles. Last I saw was 13-1 in the first game of the doubleheader. 2-1 to Odor. That evens the count. We talked about the Ranger 3 with Chu and Beltre and Fielder. How about Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion? The numbers they're putting up all over 100 RBI.
Yeah, it's crazy numbers.
Yeah, I'm talking about Toronto. Our Dakota Power Stats tonight will deal with the pitching side of things. Marcus Stroman today, 8 innings of work, 5 hits, and 1 run. 103 pitches, 71 strikes. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that gives him another dominating guy to go with David Price in the postseason. Coming back from injury, Stroman's missed most of the year, but he's back in time for the postseason. That makes them. That's the team to beat in the American League for sure.
Blue Jays have gone the longest of any team in the American League in postseason.
Yeah,
they clinched the division title today, first time since 1993.
Yeah, it'd be something if all those players with 100 RBIs got to the postseason. They all went into a slump at the same time.
And Rubnat got caught with a breaking ball. It backed him off and caught the inside corner.
Tom Hallion pulled an oblique muscle calling that one.
Leslie Nielsen moved. A 1-2-3 inning will go to the third here at Globe Life Park. 2-2 the score. Action, maybe some heart-pounding excitement and historic performances. You won't want to miss the 2015 postseason. It begins on October the 6th. Go to MLB.com/postseason. You get a full broadcast schedule. Get your time all set to watch the postseason this year. Giovanni Gallardo back out to the hill, and he will face Andrew Romine, the number 9 hitter, starting off the Tiger third. A 2-2 ball game. And Romine trying to bunt his way aboard. Gallardo fields, throws, and gets it. A very under control job by Giovanni Gallardo. Knew how much time he had and did not rush himself. Made the routine play routinely.
Yep. Took his time and made sure he made a good throw. Buzz, I got a shout out. In fact, a major shout out to Chief Bill Wayborn. Bill's been the chief of police in Dalworthington Gardens for more than 34 years. 31 years as chief. Been a great friend to all of us who live in Dalworthington Gardens. Richard Price lives in Dalworthington Gardens, by the way. Been a good friend of the Texas Rangers, too. So, Bill, congratulations on your retirement tonight. Best wishes in the future, and thanks for the tremendous service you and the department have given to Dalworthington Gardens.
Anthony Gose taking a strike. It is 0-2. Thought for a minute there until you said he was retiring. I thought you were just trying to kind of butter him up. Maybe he had a parking ticket or something you get rid of.
No.
0-2 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. Gose tried it the best he could to hold that back, but Alfonso Marquez down there at third said, I'm not buying that. Giovanni Gallardo gets his third strikeout. And let's check in again with Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. 15-2. I knew at one point that Donaldson had homered, Encarnacion had homered, and I think Bautista homered also. All three of them did. They all three had at least 3 home runs each, or 3 RBI each also.
Yeah, that's a tough lineup to pitch to. And the Tigers made a trade with the Blue Jays. They traded second baseman Devin Travis for Anthony Gose, the center fielder that they have right now. And very interesting trade. 2 good young players, different positions. And Travis was off to an incredible start this year, first month and a half of the season. He's been hurt most of the year. So that's one guy that they haven't had who probably would have put up big offensive numbers for him as well.
And the one guy that they traded for that's been out of the lineup too, Troy Tulowitzki.
Yeah.
It looks like he might be getting back in time for the postseason.
Yeah,
at least according to him.
That'd be big to get him back.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Oh, next door to us, Pudge Rodriguez
everywhere.
Yeah,
wasn't he just down in the dugout?
He's America's guest on the TV circuit. He was down in the dugout. Matter of fact, he was wearing that same shirt down in the dugout.
Yeah, he was.
Mario Mbemba and Rod Allen next door in the Tigers TV booth. Of course, Pudge, some great times in Detroit. Yeah, see, he's right over here.
He said hi when he walked by, so he's probably feeling a little guilty that he's on Tiger TV, but we get to see him every night anyway. Got to spread the greatness of Pudge Rodriguez around the American League.
That's right. Another chopper foul. Rajai Davis called out on strikes his first time. Now here we have a time sequence. This was Pudge inning before last. This is Pudge on the right side of your screen this inning. Next inning, who knows where he's going to be. He might be on the grounds crew next inning. Pitch a little bit low to Davis. The count has gone full.
That'd be a nice feature to have every night. Where's Pudge?
There you go.
Try to find Pudge.
Good. Good. Give you,
put him behind a camera somewhere. Put him in a seat in the upper deck. See if we can find him.
Sure, if you approach the sales staff for that, we can have a contest going. Payoff pitch. We'll try it again. Donde está Pudge? Rajai Davis exhaling and going through his mental checklist before he got back in. Gallardo checking the signs. Another 3-2. Up the middle. That is going to be cut off by Rugden, but no chance to get Davis. It's going to be an infield single. So Rajai Davis with a 2-out base hit is aboard. And Ian Kinsler coming up.
Boy, that ball almost didn't get to the outfield. Look at that ball. That just ate him up. Had that movement from left to right. Started out in a pretty good location to hit. Ended up hitting him right in the thumb, it looked like. Almost stopped rolling before it got to Rugden.
Well, that is the 5th Detroit hit off of Giovanni Gallardo so far. 1 on, 2 out. Ian Kinsler had one of those 5 hits, a single to left field. That started the 2-run uprising with 2 outs in the first for Detroit. So Ian now back up to within 1 click of 300. Having a very solid offensive year, and he leads Major League Baseball with 60 multi-hit games. Davis with very good speed at first. And Kinsler takes ball 1. And the multi-hit games we were just talking about. Kinsler at 3 more than Xander Bogaerts. And you have Jose Altuve and Prince Fielder both with 56 games multi-hit.
The Red Sox are developing kind of quietly anyway. We haven't seen them in a long time. A really good young team. They've got some tremendous young position players. Swihart, their catcher's coming into his own. Bogart's one of the best players in the league right now. Been in the top 10 in hitting, knocking in runs, batting 3rd for him. Young shortstop.
Yep.
Jackie Bradley getting a chance to play. Pedroia is not one of their younger players, but he's having a big year.
Brock Holt.
Brock Holt made the All-Star team.
2-0 the count to Kinsler.
Got him. Oh.
If the throw had been down, they would have had a shot at him. Yeah, had Davis leaning that way. The throw up, and Mitch couldn't swipe it down there quickly enough. Hey, Giovanni set again. Again, Davis, pretty good lead at first. Kinsler with that base hit now. 184 hits this year. He's 3rd in the American League. That throw down there made it very close that time. Ranger infield well around to the left for Kinsler. Lieutenant Odor playing nearly right up the middle. And the pitch is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Now Kinsler hitting third if he gets aboard to extend this third inning. J.D. Martinez is in the on-deck circle. Giovanni set and the 3-0 pitch. Now you might as well forget about anybody in the middle of this Tiger order having a take on 3-0. It's just not going to happen this time of year.
He was trying to launch that one to left field, that's for sure.
Now J.D. Martinez had that double in the first inning on a 3-0 pitch. Brad Ausmus letting his big guns go ahead and have at it. Three and one with 2 outs. Davis on the move. The pitch is low. Oh, a strike. The throw is in time. They got it.
Glad it was a strike.
Well, Tom Hallion throwing that right hand up in a belated fashion. And Robinson Chirinos threw a strike down at second base to get Rajai Davis. No runs a hit, nobody left. After 2.5, we are deadlocked at 2. Here at Globe Life Park, the final regular season series of the year, starting tomorrow night, courtesy of Fox Sports Southwest and 105.3 The Fan. Upper level and Lexus Club level terrace tickets will be $10 for all 4 games against the Angels. And this is a great, affordable way to support your Rangers as they look to clinch the Western Division title. Visit TexasRangers.com. Use the coupon code REDOUT to get your specially priced tickets. And you better do it today because they're going to run out pretty quickly. Well, the Rangers come to bat here in the bottom of the third inning. A 2-2 ball game. Robinson Chirinos leading things off. And he takes a strike from Matt Boyd. Chirinos making just his second start since coming back off the disabled list.
Yeah, he's made the most out of his opportunity by that laser beam he threw to second base to get Rajai Davis. Very impressive.
And with that swing, he's probably telling you his shoulder feels pretty good too.
He's trying to hang on to the bat with both hands instead of letting go with his right hand, which causes the extension of his left arm and shoulder. But definitely appears to feel okay with that swing.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Had a double the other night in a pinch hit appearance. Hit a ball right down the right field line.
Robinson, as you saw, a .229 average, 9 home runs and 33 driven in. Pulls this one just foul outside third. And still a ball and 2 strikes. We apologize for not having our Fox box up there. I know you folks enjoy having the score and pitch information. We'll get that back as quickly as we possibly can for you. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Boyd started into the windup, thought better of it. Rangers this year against the Tigers 4-2. This is the final matchup. They have split the 2 games here at home. Rangers winning 3 out of 4 up in Comerica Park the latter part of August. Boyd's 1-2 to Chirinos. That will even the count. Rangers the 3rd best mark in the American League since the All-Star break. 43-26, 4th best in the major leagues. And that's low, and Boyd now has run the count full. So Chirinos trying to get aboard. He is the number 9 hitter. The top of the order, Delano DeShields, is next. A 2-2 game. Rangers trying to come back again from an early deficit. They have tied it. Now they're trying to get ahead. There's a drive to left center field. That is crushed up the alley and deep. Goodbye. 3-2.
Well, I'd say the shoulder's feeling pretty good, Buzz. Watch that huge swing he took before the home run. And then the home run swing to go with a throw. Great start to this game for Robinson. He was saying to the skipper, don't forget about me when you make out the lineup card.
Yeah, I think there's going to be an exclamation point right beside Robinson Chirino's name. Boy, that was a laser that got out of here. Delino trying to butt his way aboard and bunts it foul back over the screen.
Pitch out over the plate on the outside corner. Shows you how strong Robinson is to be able to yank that ball 400 feet into the bullpen.
He cleared out several Tigers in that bullpen, too. They were getting out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Robinson Chirinos, his 10th home run of the year. Don't you know he has to be right on top of the world right about now?
He is.
A lot of great emotion going on. Pitch a little bit low. Delino to Shields. The catchers, you go back to what Bobby Wilson and Chris Jimenez have done since they came aboard. Pitch popped up around home plate. Coming down the first baseman of Neal, and he can't get
a foul ball.
A foul ball.
No, foul ball. Looked like it hit him and came back into fair territory. Oh, the plan of attack should be just hit a pop-up toward the first baseman.
And Avila's a catcher, so he shouldn't have that much of a problem with it, but he just got all out of whack right from the beginning.
That looked like a fair ball. Omar Vizquel could have caught that behind his back with his eyes closed. No one could catch pop-ups better than Omar Vizquel. Let's see if that ball's fair.
Yeah, it looked like it touched him when he was in foul territory right there. That's pretty close.
That's close, boy. Doesn't matter where the ball hit. Did he get into fair territory when it's coming down? Man, that's close.
Jeff Bannister out there right at the first baseline. It's the umpire's huddle. Now, this is an umpire review because fair or foul at that point of the field you can't challenge. But certainly the manager can say, hey, why don't you guys get together and see if anybody had a definitive view of that between the 4 of you.
The ball hit foul, but just like a little ground ball that comes back into fair territory, it's the exact same thing. It's coming back foul, but is it foul when it hits Avila?
Yeah, you almost, well, for us to be able to tell you one way or the other, you'd almost have to have an angle right down the first baseline.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody had that one.
Right.
Maybe the home plate umpire did. This will help a little bit.
Hit him right there as he's coming up. Boy, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, very difficult.
Yeah, you'd have to see where the upper part of his body was when that ball hit him. And it's going to be ruled a foul ball. That was a long review by the umpires, a long meeting that they had. And that's good. They tried, I think, as well as they possibly could to find out exactly what anybody else might have seen.
A tough one to overrule. And they're obviously not looking at a replay situation. So it's even tougher for them down on the field watching it in real action, unless someone had the perfect angle down the line to see that.
Tom Hallion explaining in detail exactly what the umpires saw and didn't see on that play, what it would take. And Jeff Bannister listening. And probably not going to like the outcome of the explanation, but you know, I think the umpires, you have to give them credit for doing all they possibly could to get the call right.
Yeah.
So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rangers have taken a 3-2 lead on Robinson Chirinos' leadoff home run. Delino shoots that out of play to the right. Still 2-2. Delino began things tonight for the Rangers by striking out in the first inning. But the Rangers have used the long ball. Home runs by Beltre and now Chirinos. Rangers with 166 home runs for the season. Inside, 3-2. Well, Delino trying to get aboard any way he can here to get on base in front of Shin-Soo Choo. Payoff pitch coming from Boyd. Pulled down to third. Castellanos got rid of it quickly in the dirt and dug out very nicely by Avila. And even that was a bang-bang play despite the throw by Castellanos. His hand is hurting him right now. Now our AT&T Uverse Rewind. How about last night? Rangers down by 2 in the first. Shin-Soo Choo's and not anymore. Home run. Tonight, Rangers down by 2 in the first. Adrian Beltre. Guys. We're back to dead even. A pair of 2-run home runs from the guys in the middle of the order have gotten the Rangers even early. Last night they went on to win by a run at 7-6. And tonight they have taken the lead at 3-2. And Choo up there here in the third with the bases empty. Shin-Soo singled in front of Beltre's home run in the first. Our 4 leaderboard, the on-base percentage leaders in the American League. This is for the entire year now. 375 for Choo. Hard hit. Well, the Romine, the shortstop, took care of that. And that was either you get it or it's a base hit type of deal. Do or die. Well, that is 2 down. And before Beltre steps in, we'll send it back to Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you. Beltre takes the first pitch, down and in for ball 1. Adrian, his 17th home run of the year. He scorched a high changeup from Matt Boyd in the first inning. Almost went up there to the Jack Daniels Club in left field. Hits this one well to center field. Going back is Ghost. Still going back. It's over his head and off the wall. Beltre into second with a booming double.
This throw, go in the dugout.
Almost did. That was almost a run.
Boy, if he didn't get over there, the pitcher, Boyd, to block that ball, that would have been right in the corner of the dugout. A sprint over to keep that from happening.
Beltre, a long home run, now a long double. Does that qualify as being locked in?
Yeah, he's pretty much locked in. We showed that graphic before the game and the open to the game, what the 2, 3, and 4 hitters have been doing for the Rangers. And they're doing it again tonight. Choo has a single and a run. Beltre's got a couple of extra base hits.
Well, Beltre at second now. Let's see if Prince Fielder can pick him up. Prince flied out to left. His first time up there. He takes a strike from Boyd. Anthony Ghost got a lot on the throw, but was just a little bit off the mark.
There's the pitcher scrambling to keep it from going into the camera well. A pretty strong throw by Ghost from way out there.
Yeah, good arm. Not much for direction on that one.
No.
0-1 pitch to Fielder. Now 0-2 as Prince fouls it straight back. We'll go back to the point we made in our open tonight. These guys have not disappointed. Look at the numbers they put up in the last 16 games, the second half of September. On base plus slugging, averaging right around 1,100. Those are game numbers. Video game numbers. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Prince wanted to launch that pitch, but it was about 6 inches over his head. He had to use all his strength to hold the bat back.
Tigers, again, in the overship. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fielder. Now 2-2. And with Beltre at second base, they can't put Castellano way over in the hole, so they leave him over nearer the bag at third with shortstop Romine playing right up the middle, as you can see, right behind the bag. Left-hander sets a check of second base. Softly hit into center, going out Romine. It's over his head. It's down for a hit. Beltre around third will score, and Prince Fielder drives in another. The Rangers lead it 4-2. Fielder with his 96th RBI.
Rangers are a little two-out rally. Big old hanging curveball that Prince hit right off the end of the bat. Hard enough so that Romine couldn't get to it. Soft enough so that Ghost couldn't come in to make a catch. The other thing we showed in the pregame show was the addition of Mike Napoli to help out against left-handed pitching. And what he'd done against left-handed pitching, it was pretty impressive then. It just got a little bit better with a walk and a 2-run homer in this game.
His 12th home run against left-handed pitching this year. Well, Mike Napoli, and yeah, indeed, feel the heat. Beltre, Chirinos have all gone yard. Fielder's added an RBI base hit. Rinsuchu's been on and scored a run.
One thing that's hurt Boyd today has been the high changeup. Right up in Adrian Beltre territory. They each hit one up there.
That one was 413 feet for Napoli.
Boy, luckily that went over his head because it went right through his hands.
Between his hands, didn't it? Yeah, the Ranger bench. Well, let's put it this way. They feel pretty good about where they are right now. 6-2. And Mitch Moreland up there with 2 outs. Base is now empty. Mitch had a fly ball to the left. His first time up there. And he lines one to center. That's going to be down for a base hit. And Moreland gets in the hit parade. 4 consecutive 2-out hits. We'll take you back to our pregame conversation about Mike Napoli.
What he's done as a Ranger. The Rangers got him to help against left-handed pitching. They'd struggled a little bit for most of the season, not anymore, and Nap's been a big reason for that. So add a home run and 2 RBIs to that. It's 5-10 now. Batting average with a walk today is probably up around 390. On base percentage gets a little higher. Pounding lefties, exactly why the Rangers got him.
Yep. Matt Boyd, a little thunderstruck right here, and that's going to do it. Brad Ausmus had James McCann go out there and take a little time up, and until he can get the bullpen loose and get him ready to Jeff Farrell, the right-hander, is the one that has been loosening. So that'll do it for Matt Boyd. He goes 2 2/3 and surrenders 3 home runs. Rangers touching for 7 total hits, 6 runs so far. And Jeff Farrell coming in. We'll take a timeout here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Rangers on top by 4. We're back after this. It's also Fan Appreciation Day. Join in Fan Appreciation Day festivities and make sure you get out to the ballpark early, as the first 30,000 fans will receive a voucher which will be good for one free ticket in 2016. Visit TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS to get your tickets. Jeff Farrell, a 24-year-old right-hander from Charlotte, North Carolina now, is on. He inherits Mitch Moreland at first. Elvis Andrus at the plate. And Elvis takes a strike. Farrell appearing in his 8th ball game. 8.31 ERA in the league, hitting .306 against him. This is first foray into the major leagues this year. Hot shot, flagged down by Castellanos.
Snow coned it.
And Elvis is a hard out. The Rangers are gone, but they put 4 on the board. It all started with Robinson Chirinos going into the bullpen of Detroit. And a couple of outs later, it was Adrian Beltre and Mike Napoli. Napoli going up by the Jack Daniels club. On to the 4th, 6-2 Rangers. Joining us now after the horse is already out of the barn. Here's Mark McLemore.
I let him out. Yeah, that's why I wasn't here.
Okay,
I let him out.
That's why you're a little late getting up here.
Exactly.
Right, nice going. Well, good timing on your part.
I try. I do what I can.
Got any idea where Pudge is? We've seen him in the dugout. We've seen him in the Tiger booth.
He might be in the Tigers dugout by now.
Could be.
Ian Kinsler starting off the top of the 4th inning. Nice running catch by Shin-Soo Choo. Covered a lot of ground out there for out number 1.
That ball just kept slicing away from him. He'll go a long way to make that play.
He ran it down, too. Great job.
Yeah, Will Venable has come off the Ranger bench to take over in left field now, with the starting a left-hander out of the game for the Tigers. Mike Napoli's done his work. He's walked and had a 2-run home run.
It's amazing how this is working for the Rangers, playing Knapp in left field. He gets his 2, maybe 3 at bats, does some damage, and while he's out there, they don't hit any balls to him.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing.
It's amazing.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I mean, typically when you put a guy out there in a new position, the ball finds it. No matter where you stick him, it's going to find him. But Knapp, he's been, been spared basically.
Well, Knapp has just scared the ball away from him. That's what. Just do not hit the ball out here. Well, he's let his bat do the talking,
I'll say.
J.D. Martinez takes the pitch high. 2 balls and a strike. Martinez had a double back in the 1st inning, scored one of the 2 Tiger runs in that 1st frame. Rangers 6 runs on 7 hits now. The Tigers 2 runs on 5 hits. 3-1. Well, as the first time around, Gallardo being very careful with J.D. Martinez. Martinez hitting 4th, followed by Tyler Collins. To left field, Venable will cut it off. And Martinez has his 2nd hit of the night.
Boy, you watch Martinez swing the bat and see the numbers he's put up this year. 38 home runs, 101 RBIs, and a couple of ropes in this game. And you just say, man, what were the Astros thinking when they took him off the roster? Tigers signed him as a minor league free agent. That's like hitting the jackpot, hitting the lottery right there to get that kind of a player. Rangers did pretty well with a Rule 5 draft pick.
Not bad.
Thank you very much to the Astros. Tigers and the Rangers say thank you very much. Same time, the Astros aren't short for good young players.
No,
it's not
no,
like
they're not.
Not like they lost their only 2.
Maybe they had too many.
Yeah, they probably did. Well, if you look at the outfielders they've got some pretty good outfielders. Pretty good outfielders coming along too.
Yeah, they were able to part with a couple of pretty good young pitchers this last year. Jared Cozart, they sent down to Miami and got Marisnik in return. And who did they send up to Colorado? I'm trying to remember who the starter was they sent up there.
I can't remember.
But yeah, they've been able to part with some of their inventory they built up.
I think they could have found a place for J.D. Martinez.
I would think so.
Something tells me he wasn't swinging like that this
I don't think he was.
Call strike 3. Tyler Collins got frozen just like a pizza. I'd forgotten which one I was going to use.
I was waiting for
You
it.
generally go with DiGiorno.
DiGiorno, but I was thinking about Totino's.
Well, that's a good one too. They're both frozen. Both can be frozen.
As long as they're solid. In any event, he couldn't pull the trigger.
You could also have a homemade one that was like left outside in Antarctica or something. That would be frozen.
An Eskimo pizza?
Yeah, frozen like an Eskimo pizza.
Well, that's one I could probably Eskimo pie.
An Eskimo pie.
Yeah, there you go. Except I probably get nasty letters from the folks in Alaska.
Well, say Antarctica then. There's not many people up there. They're not watching.
If they're getting our broadcast, hey, they can say whatever they want.
You never know. $11 games in left field this season for Knapp. 50 innings, 5 total chances.
Wow.
Hey, he's got an outfield assist to go along with that as well.
He does, that's right. Got one down in Houston. 1-1 the count to Castellanos. Gallardo straightens him up with the fastball. It's 2-1. Castellanos had a base hit to left field his first time up there. Got one on with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Giovanni Gallardo getting ready for his 59th pitch of the night. 2-2. Well, every time Castellanos either throws a ball or swings through a pitch like that, that hand must be bothering him terribly because he's taking time to let the pain stop. Inning by inning, fortunately, Giovanni had that 6-pitch second inning, and it's kept his pitch count pretty manageable here tonight. Venable started back, now has to come on in a long way and makes the catch. Will able to outrun his mistake in the read and makes a nice running catch. That'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left for the Tigers. After 3.5, Rangers 6, Detroit 2. It's with MLB.com at bat. It's the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and a lot more. Get MLB.com at bat today. Well, the Rangers come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A lot of happy Ranger fans on hand at Globe Life Park tonight. Nice crowd to see the Rangers take a 4-run lead into the 4th inning. Rougned Odor will start things off, and first pitch from Jeff Farrell is fouled back for strike 1. Odor called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. That was against the starter Matt Boyd. Boyd tonight went 2 2/3 innings, allowed 6 runs. They were all earned on 7 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And Farrell misses high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Odor batting at .267 as he leads off the Ranger 4th. 2-1. Farrell back to the plate. That will even the count. Farrell called back up to the Tigers before the game against Cleveland that they had on the 4th of September. 2nd stint with Detroit this year. He was optioned down to AAA and right at the All-Star break. Misses inside. The count is now full. Odor trying to get aboard to start off this Ranger fourth inning. Robinson Chirinos will follow. Farrell to the wind. Payoff pitch. Anthony Ghost, the center fielder, ambling to his left a couple of steps. That is out number one. Well, a quick reminder, Southwest Airlines is celebrating the arrival of 8 new nonstop destinations out of Dallas Love Field. Just go to southwest.com/RangersLove to enter to win round-trip tickets. Here's Robinson Chirinos, who homered in his return to the starting lineup. He crushed one into the bullpen last time up. And Farrell, he takes a big breaking ball for strike one. Chirinos now 10 home runs for the season. .232 average. And he lines one to right.
Boy, that was
Right at Tyler Collins. You can hang a month's worth of laundry out on that roll. No, 2 away. And back to the top of the order for Delino to Shields. Delino has struck out and grounded out. Farrell leaves the breaking ball high. It is 1-0. And that is in at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now 2-1. Now Delino, we've talked about him being a Rule 5 draft pick. What a pick of that has been for the Rangers. A lot of things had to happen for the Rangers to be able to assemble the team that is out there right now and leading the Western Division. Big part of that has been Delino's contribution, both defensively and at the top of that order. And Delino's still just 22 years of age, or he just turned 23, but very inexperienced, had never played above Double-A until this year. And he has really grown into being not only a very good defensive player in center field, but also a good leadoff man. And there's a lot more to it than just having your name in that first spot in the order.
Oh, there's a lot that goes into leading off, especially for a team that's where the Rangers are right now and how they got here. It's not just, hey, get up there at the top of the order and, you're the leadoff guy. There are different things that you have to be able to do as a leadoff hitter. There are times when you want to be aggressive, swing in the bat. There are times when you want to make that pitcher throw some pitches and be patient up there. Ideally, what I like to have is a guy that can run just like the Shields, that can steal bases, get on and create some havoc and put some pressure on that defense, especially with the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 guys behind you. I think that just that makes the ball club stronger, in my opinion. And Delino, for a young guy, his first taste in the big leagues, he's done a tremendous job.
I think, Mac, when you look at Delino too, he's such a young player, such an inexperienced player, and he's handled the role so well. It just gives you a pretty good feeling for what it's going to be like watching him as he grows into that role the next few years. He's going to get even better.
That's the hope, that he learns and gets better year to year. And I think he's got some great guys on this ball club that can help him with that. Chu's been a leadoff hitter for a long time in his career.
Sure.
So I'm sure he can learn a lot from Chu. And you look at the rest of the guys, he's got veterans around him. You've got Prince, you've got Beltre, you've got Moreland. Those guys have been around. Elvis is a fairly young player with a lot of big league experience that he can draw from.
Sure.
So there's a great nucleus of players that are going to be here for a while that can help the Shield along.
But, you might take a short sample and say, well, young kid like that, he had a lot of energy, and he didn't mean that much to the ball club. You're looking now at about 3.5, 4 months of the Shields being at the top of the order and the Rangers playing their best baseball. And I don't think that's any accident anymore. You can't make that claim.
No, that's coincidence. And, I'm a guy that, I like to see a guy have a good year, especially a young kid, and then come back the next year and do it again, because the league is going to make their adjustments to what he did the previous year. So hopefully he can go along with those adjustments, come back and make his adjustments, and continue to grow.
Chu takes that pitch down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Chu tonight has singled and scored, and he's grounded to short. Let's go down to Emily Jones real quick.
Well, guys, Delano tells a story about a message that his dad gave him earlier this season and told him to try to touch home plate at least once a game. Make that your goal, to make it around those bases, set the tone as a leadoff hitter, and get home.
Chu rips one to right. Collins going to his left into the corner and makes the catch. Chu hit another one right on the button. Well, the Rangers come up empty. They strand a runner. We finish 4 at Globe Life Park. It's the Rangers 6 and the Tigers 2. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters. Giovanni Gallardo back to the hill. He has that 4-run lead that he is out there to protect. Bottom third of the Tiger order to face him here. Alex Avila, James McCann, and Andrew Romine. Avila flied to right his first time up there tonight. Tigers have 6 hits. The 2 runs came in the first inning. And Avila takes strike 1. Avila currently a 191 hitter. Handling first base chores tonight. In case you missed it, Miguel Cabrera not hurt. Brad Ausmus just giving his slugger tonight off, and said he'd probably have one more day off in the last series that the Tigers play in Chicago over the weekend. Finish up the year. Cabrera has already accumulated enough at-bats to qualify for the batting title. He's leading by a pretty substantial margin. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Gallardo reading the signs. He has one he wants for the 1-2 pitch. Kyle Lobstein loosening in the Tiger bullpen. Rangers 6 runs on 7 hits tonight. 3 of those have left the ballpark. 3-2. Avila trying to get aboard to start this 5th inning. There's that lead we were talking about from Miguel Cabrera, 10 points over Xander Bogaerts. A time called. Now Gallardo ready. Payoff pitch. Chopper foul. And we'll come back and try it again. Avila, originally a Tigers 5th round selection back in 2008. We were talking about it last night. He's the son of the now general manager of the Tigers, Al Avila. Fouled back to the left.
Tom, that's got to be a tough position to be in, doesn't it? You're the general manager, your son is on the team.
Yeah, it definitely is. I can remember not being in that position, but right before the draft that year, Sandy Johnson saying, if your son is there, we're thinking about taking him. And I said, well, I hope he's not there when we pick. And if he is, and there's someone comparable, I think it would be better to take him than to put him in the position of being in the organization with his father as the general manager. Just, it's kind of I think it's even worse if it's in the minor leagues, because then if you get promoted, that's the reason why the other guys on the team are afraid to really be themselves around you, because they think it's going to get back to the front office.
Right.
So
no, back to dad.
Yeah, back to dad. Yeah. So I'm not sure it's a perfect situation to be in, but I don't know Al. I don't know Alex that well, but judging by from what I've heard, I would think they'll be able to handle it pretty well. But I don't think it's an ideal situation. No. Got the manager down there making up his lineup card, and if the other catcher's playing better than Alex, he's thinking, ooh, let's see, the general manager's up watching this game. Do I put his son in, or do I put the person I want to put in the game in?
And
that's not easy.
That's already happened in Detroit when McCann this year was swinging the bat real well, and Alexville was not playing well. A little bit of injury problem, but that had gone on. That, hey, kind of move this guy along, and the undercurrent was obvious that it was not healthy.
And I'm sure Al has said to the manager, look, he's my son, but you put the lineup out there that you think is best, and you catch the person that you think gives us the best chance to win. And Brad Ausmus, I'm sure, said, well, thank you for that. But still, when you sit down to make the lineup card, his father still is the general manager, no matter what he said.
Yep.
Can you imagine what he'd ask us if he's going to trade him or release him? I mean, is that a conversation you let your son get to the ballpark, or you just call him at home on his cell phone? I can't imagine being in that spot. That's just crazy.
Yeah. That's not something you'd invite him over for Sunday dinner for. I don't think that would be difficult.
Son, we traded you.
Yeah, you're sitting there at dinner. Dad, you're going to trade me? I really can't talk about that right now.
Well, trade me or play me. One or the other. How about that conversation?
Well, I just bought a house here, and my family loves it here, so you better not trade me.
Your grandkids have to eat.
There's a base hit as that breaking ball stayed up to McCann, and he popped it into left for a single. A leadoff walk followed by a base hit. 2 on, nobody out. Andrew Romine coming up. And let's check in with Dana Larson for a Mazda game break. All right, Dana, thank you.
Yeah, the good thing in the bottom of the 7th, there's nobody on and 2 outs, too.
Yep.
So some people say they're not scoreboard watchers. I know the one thing, the 3 of us are scoreboard watchers.
We can.
We got the game on my phone watching it. We're checking the scores on the board, waiting for Dana to tell us what's happening.
There's what we see out there.
I'm watching it.
I know I am.
I'm a scoreboard watcher on opening day. And I think the reality is so is everybody else. They just don't want to admit it.
No, they don't.
I mean, nowadays, how can you not know the scores? It's on the scoreboard. It's in the newspaper. It's on the front page.
It's on every billboard in the ballpark. No matter where you look, you're on the field. You see it everywhere.
Unless you don't watch TV, don't listen to the radio, don't ever get on the internet, and don't look at the scoreboard at the ballpark. Then I guess you're not a scoreboard watcher.
Well, 2 on with nobody out. Andrew Romine tried to bunt his way aboard and was thrown out first time up. And Gallardo hits the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ranger infield at double play depth. Odor and Andrews up a step. And maybe a step to the right with the left-handed hitting Romine. Now 1 and 2. Romine a .263 average overall, with runners in scoring position this year. Not had a whole lot of luck. .224. Gallardo a check of second. And just missed the outside corner. 2 and 2. Ross Ohlendorf loosing in that Ranger bullpen. Very similar feel to the game that Gallardo pitched down in Houston. Couldn't get out of the 5th inning. Had a pretty sizable lead in that game. Ended up going 4 2/3 against the Astros, and the Rangers ended up winning that first game down there last Friday, 6-2. But Yamani got no decision. He's got Avila at second, McCann at first, nobody out here in the 5th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Into and out of Chirino's glove. We'll try it again.
Got him to swing at that tailing fastball that tailed a little bit out of the strike zone. Almost got the strikeout. Ball pops right in the glove and pops right back out. How much a catcher can do on that. It's not like you're catching the ball from the pitcher. You're hoping it sticks in your glove.
Gallardo, another 3-2. Got him swinging.
Tried the same thing.
It's a big strikeout right there. A big out for Gallardo. Well, goes with that same tailing fastball, runs off the plate. Romine, not a very forceful swing on that, but we'll take it.
And actually got Romine to chase a couple of pitches slightly out of the strike zone.
Well, one very big out, still first and second. Anthony Gose, who has struck out both times that he has faced Gallardo tonight, steps to the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Gose called out as he began things tonight. First hitter of the ball game, then struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Tough man to double up, though, if you're thinking about a ground ball double play. Rangers fortunate there. Gose, I think he saw Elvis Andrus break towards second, and Gallardo either didn't see him or just disregarded it, made the pitch anyway, and there was a huge hole at shortstop.
There's also a lot of room between second base, Elvis, and the base runner too, Avila. If he did wheel and throw, might have had a shot at him.
I don't know, I think this is one of those situations where your pitcher's struggling a little bit. Sometimes a pickoff is in order, but there are times when, you know, you go to the bag there, you've got that, you open that hole up, and you've got Gose, who's a left-hand hitter, you're pitching him away, that really opens up that hole.
We'll see how tough it is to turn it.
Nice
Job by Odor to get the tag and then the flip to first. Now the 2 ball, and Gose is gone. So are the Tigers. No runs a hit, 1 man left. We played half the ball game. The Rangers lead it 6-2, and Adrian Beltre will be coming up when we come back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Show, and fans attending the game against division rival Los Angeles Angels will be treated to a post-game fireworks show themed to your favorite spooky music. That'll help you get the countdown to Halloween going. Discounted tickets are available at TexasRangers.com using the online coupon code FIREWORKS. Adrian Beltre starting off for the Rangers here in the 5th inning. It'll be Beltre, Fielder, and Venable. Jeff Farrell starting his second full inning of work. Apparently that cap didn't come with instructions for the young man. Trying it all different ways. Beltre, 2 legs of the cycle already. A home run and a double. Adrian, you remember, already a cycle. Matter of fact, he has 3 cycles in this ballpark. 2 as a Ranger, 1 as a Mariner. Didn't miss it by much, but Gose will be able to haul this in left center field. 1 out. And let's check with Dana Larson again, a Mazda game break.
Designated hitter, Prince Fielder.
Thanks, Dana. Keep bringing that on.
Thanks for the good news, Dana.
It's fun to listen to.
Appreciate you.
Fielder loops one out in the left center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Well, Prince, another multi-hit game. It's his second single, kind of the same as his first one, except that first one brought home a run. And that's going to do it for Jeff Farrell as Brad Ausmus, on his way to the mound, didn't even wait till he got to the line. He said, I want the bullpen to come on in. So Farrell finished after he works an inning and 2/3 tonight. He will depart with Fielder on first base, his responsibility. Rothstein coming in. We'll tell you all about the left-hander when we come back right after this timeout. Has been made here. Kyle Lopestein, the left-hander, is coming out of the Detroit bullpen to take over for Jeff Farrell. Lopestein appearing in his 13th ball game with the Tigers this year, a 3-8 record, a 6.30 ERA and 60 innings of work. League hitting at .314 against Lopestein, who spent most of his time as a starter. Lopestein 0-4 in his last 5 times to the mound. So he has been struggling a bit of late. He inherits Prince Fielder at first base, 1 away, and Will Venable goes after that first pitch, fouls it back. Venable with the Rangers this year. A 190 average, no home runs, 3 driven in. Overall, a 246 average. That includes the time that he spent with the Padres. 1-1. Will taking over for Mike Napoli after the Tigers made a pitching change. Matt Boyd, the left-hander, had started. Napoli touched him for a walk and a 2-run home run. And then Brad Ausmus went to Jeff Farrell, the right-hander, and that triggered the move by Jeff Bannister. Line drive to right at Collins. And Venable is a very hard out, number 2.
The Rangers have hit some balls hard for outs. Chu's hit a couple. He had a line drive hit in the first inning, and then he's hit a couple of balls hard after that. Someone hit, Elvis, I think, hit a one-hop smash to the third baseman. Someone hit a one-hop smash at the shortstop. So there's been a number of outs that have been hit hard, too.
We just had an answer to your question. Where's Pudge now?
Where's he?
Back on the bench.
Back on the bench?
Yeah.
Pudge is everywhere.
Back on the Ranger bench. He didn't go to the Tiger bench.
Not the Tigers bench. Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I want to see him out in the bullpen with a mask on, catching the pitchers out in the bullpen.
Mitch Moreland takes the pitch just low for ball 1. Mitch tonight is singled and flied to left.
Well, Pudge is doing the postgame show, right?
He's doing the postgame.
He's got to go take a shower, put his civvies back on somewhere.
I don't know if he's going to take a shower, but
doesn't have to, I
but
guess.
he'll be back.
Dana hopes he does.
Well, he came up in his the other day. Came up in his baseball pants.
Did he?
He did. Yes.
You have on the flag shorts?
Did not have the flag
No?
shorts on. Had his regular baseball pants
okay.
on. Had some turf shoes on, and put his Red Fox shirt on. And did the show. Went back to the dugout.
Theodore going to second, and the throw gets him in plenty of time. Well, Prince hesitated, and that was all she wrote. Prince shot down. The Rangers gone in the 5th. Lead at 6-2 after 5. Mac, thanks for joining us. We'll see you and maybe Pudge and Dana after the ball game. Season tickets. You can do that now, and postseason tickets for potential division series games are also on sale. But if you place a deposit by today, you can guarantee yourself a seat for all potential 2015 postseason games. Visit TexasRangers.com/seasons to place your deposit, and you better do it today if you want that postseason guarantee. Well, Giovanni Gallardo back to the hill starting the 6th inning. And Rajai Davis takes the first pitch in for strike 1. Davis has struck out and had an infield single. Giovanni ran into a bit of a problem in the 5th inning, but was able to escape unscathed. A double play off the bat of Anthony Gose ended the Tiger threat, and it gave Giovanni a chance to go on out for the 6th inning. The 1-1. Beltre knocks it down, recovers, throws, got him! What a play by Adrian Beltre.
He had a fast runner, and he knew it. He was going to have to get this ball quickly and get it to first base as fast as he can. It's a smash. Knocks it down. And with a sense of urgency, nips Rajai Davis at first base.
Man.
Got to have some arm strength to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's another third baseman in baseball right now that could make that throw with that much on it.
Yeah.
Just amazing. The one very big out. Here's Ian Kinsler, who is 1 for 2. One of a kind right here. Kinsler has singled and scored and fly to right field. Out of play to the right. Ian, of course, going over to the Tigers and that deal that brought Prince Fielder to the Rangers. Up the middle, and Ian Kinsler with a base hit has his 61st multi-hit game of the year.
A pretty well hit ball, so it was tough just to block the ball. And the hardest part was going back and getting the ball and somehow getting it to first base quickly enough to get the fast runner.
And Mike Maddox again trudging out to the mound to slow things down, give the Ranger bullpen a chance to get up and active. Gallardo's had a string of a lot of inability to get past the 6th inning or into the 6th full inning. He has had trouble getting out of the 6th inning. Last time out, as we were talking about, 4 2/3, he had a pretty good sized lead, couldn't get through the 5th. A 1 on, 1 out. J.D. Martinez, who is 2 for 2, a single and a double, steps to the plate. One ball, no strikes. Martinez hit a 3-0 pitch for a double in the 1st, hit a 3-1 pitch for a single in the 4th inning. Yeah, he's 3 for 3. A looping drive to left for the base hit. No 2 on with 1 out. Tyler Collins coming up. And looking down at the Ranger dugout, like Jeff Bannister is contemplating. He has the left-hander, Andrew Faulkner, up and probably ready. Robinson Chirinos out to the mound to take a little extra time. Now coming back, Mike Maddox talking to the bullpen to see exactly how far along Andrew might be. And Jeff Bannister up to the top step, and he's on his way out. Well, that is going to do it for Giovanni Gallardo tonight. He goes 5 1/3 innings here this evening. He leaves leading 6-2. A couple of runners on base are his responsibility. And Jeff Bannister signaling that he wants the left-hander Faulkner to come into the ball game. Nice round of applause for Giovanni Gallardo. Well, he will depart with the Rangers leading by 4. We'll take a timeout here at Globe Life Park. We're back right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Left-hander Andrew Faulkner on now to take over, a 23-year-old appearing for his 10th time in a major league uniform this year. Andrew last pitched about 5 days ago down in Houston, worked 2/3 of an inning against the Astros. 229 opponent's batting average. And, Andrew Faulkner with 10 strikeouts and 2 walks is all in 9 innings of work. He will inherit runners at first and second. Tyler Collins, the hitter, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Giovanni Gallardo, in 5 1/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 2 runs to his ledger at the moment. The 2 runners on base, his responsibility, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. And Collins going up there swinging at that first pitch that he saw.
Tough one to hit right there.
Yep. It was a fastball, but that's the last of the good news. It was a pretty tough spot. Well, Collins had the 2-run single in the first inning off of Gallardo tonight. Got Kinsler at second, Martinez at first. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I gave him a chance to swing at it again in case he really liked it. Didn't like it that much, though.
Runners in scoring position this year. A pretty good sample size, too, for Tyler Collins. A 342 average. Kinsler trailed by J.D. Martinez. Decided to swing a little too late. 1-2. Andrew Faulkner, in his 9 previous outings, has been scored upon twice. Gave up 2 runs to Houston back on the 16th of September. 1 run the outing before to Oakland. Odor will have only 1 play. That's the first after he considered throwing to second.
I thought he was going to throw it to second.
That will be 2 outs now. Runners at second and third. Nick Castellanos coming up. Giovanni Gallardo had people on base every inning. And in the first inning, after Collins had the 2-run single, got picked off. And then Rajai Davis on a strike him out, throw him out, double play. In the double play, Rougned Odor got Anthony Gose. And some pretty good defense backing up Giovanni Gallardo, and some pretty aggressive base running that turned against the Detroit Tigers. There's the line on Gallardo. And again, Jeff Bannister out to the mound, and with the right-hander Castellanos coming up, and 2 outs, wants to go to the bullpen. Andrew Faulkner is finished, and Ross Ohlendorf will be coming on to take on Nick Castellanos. So another pitching change underway here at Globe Life Park. Second and third with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. We'll take a timeout. We're right back after this. Austin Dave on now to take over. Got runners in second and third with 2 outs. Nick Castellanos will be the hitter that he faces. Ross appearing in his 19th ball game. 3-0 with a 2.65 ERA. Opponents hitting 222 against him. Last time we saw Ross was on Sunday down in Houston. Worked an inning, gave up a solo home run to Chris Carter in that Ranger loss.
Well, in the middle of the game, to keep this lead comfortable, big batter right here for Ross with men on second and third. Dump one into the outfield at 6-4.
Castellanos a single and 2 trips. And Ohlendorf did not start him off with a fastball.
No, he didn't.
Which is probably a real good idea. Castellanos single came as he led off the 2nd inning tonight. Last time up, hit a dying fly ball to left that Will Venable made a nice play on coming in. Ohlendorf from the set. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ross in 17 innings of work has walked 5 and struck out 18 this year. Nick Castellanos having quite a year with runners in scoring position. 4th highest average in the American League, that 349 mark. Kinsler at third, J.D. Martinez at second. 2 balls and a strike. Ollendorf up and down a couple of times this year, was brought back to the Rangers once the rosters expanded on the 1st of September. 2-2. Now the crowd at Globe Life Park starting to get into it a little bit as we get into the middle innings.
One thing Jeff Bannister likes about Ollendorf is his ability to throw a quality curveball for strikes. At least you've got a good fastball hitter up there. You can go to something other than the fastball. Well, he's got a pretty good fastball.
Yeah, he does.
He kind of lulls you to sleep with that slow curveball, and then airs it out at 94 or 95. And Castellanos is lucky to just kind of hang in there with that swing. Picked it right out of the catcher's mitt almost.
So that ball was by him.
Yeah.
Just barely got a piece of it. What's that do to a hitter now? You've seen that fastball. You say, oh, I got to tune it up a little bit. Huh?
I'd say to myself, I got to be a little quicker on the fastball and hope I can adjust to the curveball.
Ross ready, another 2-2. Couldn't get him to bite on the breaking ball. The count has gone full. Now Castellanos hitting 6th in the order. Left-handed hitting Alex Avila is in the on-deck circle. Crowd replying to Chuck Morgan's quest to get some noise going here at Globe Life Park. Payoff pitch from Ollendorf. To Beltre. Oh, he stayed with a tough hop.
Man.
Throws out Castellanos for the out.
Oh, pretty good curveball he hit, too.
Beltre, a couple of outstanding plays in the inning. Tigers are kept off the scoreboard. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. After 5.5, it's the Rangers 6 and the Tigers 2. Sonic Slam Inning brought to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $700 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during this inning, Rena Creekmore from Pilot Point will win $700. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Rena is going to win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Arena, here you go. Here's Mitch Moreland. We'll see what Mitch can do for you in our Sonic Slam inning. Mitch has won more money for people in the Sonic Slam than anybody on the Ranger Club. He's going to ground out on the first pitch that he sees to the third baseman, Nick Castellanos, who is out in shallow right field. That overshift. So that is out number 1. And Nick, if he has to go in that overshift anymore, is going to have to call a cab to get back. That's a long way over there. No, 1 gone, and Elvis Andrews will step in for his 3rd at bat this evening. Elvis has popped out and grounded out. Obstein's first pitch is a swinging strike 1. Elvis at 256. 7 home runs, 60 driven in. Now 1 out of 8 in this series against Detroit. Obstein with the 1-1. Out of play. Elvis, another one of the Rangers that at home has been crushing the ball. 300 average, 302 to be exact, in his last 31 home games. Goes back to that end of July time frame. Two balls, 2 strikes. Obstein back to the plate, and it's a full count. Well, with 1 out, Elvis trying to reach. Rougned Odor is in the on-deck circle. picked up at the railing of Vila, and it's out of his reach by about 4 rows. Ranger fans decked out in their blue and red. Don't forget now the entire Angel series. It's Red Out weekend here at Globe Life Park. Wear your Ranger red. Come on out and cheer on your hometown Rangers as they try and wrap up the AL West. Elvis drives one to left field. Going back is Davis at the track, up against the wall to make the catch. And Elvis, doggone it, I almost got that out of there.
2 straight at bats for Elvis where he's hit the ball well. One hard smash to third, and this one right to the wall in left center field. Well, one thing we do know this year is that's not Elvis's best shot. His best shot went into the bullpen 418 feet away. Hit that one well, but it's got a little more in the tank than that.
Yeah, that ball that tried to tear down the back wall at the Coliseum in Oakland.
For sure.
Well, Rougned Odor 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout and a fly ball to center field. Facing Kyle Lobstein, the 3rd pitcher used tonight by Brad Ausmus. 1-1. Rougned at a .266 average as he bats with the bases empty and 2 outs here in the 6th. 2 balls and a strike. Odor, throughout his brief major league career, has torn apart Detroit. He's hit .325 against them. His bid for a base hit here is taken away by Ian Kinsler. Nice play by Kinsler going to his left, and Odor is retired. So are the Rangers, a 1-2-3 inning. We have played 6 here at Globe Life Park. Jeff Bannister's Rangers leading the Tigers 6-2. Beltran pulled the Rangers even in the 1st inning. His 2-run blast, the 2nd time the Rangers came back via the long ball in the 1st inning. Robinson Chirinos says, I'll do you one better, into the bullpen in left center. That gave the Rangers a 1-run lead in the 3rd. Then Mike Napoli, also in the 3rd inning, left the ballpark and almost left the zip code. Way out to left field. Napoli again crushing a left-hander. Tonight that was Matt Boyd on the receiving end of Napoli's blast. No, we go to the 7th inning. Rangers leading 6-2. And Ross Ohlendorf staying on the hill. He goes to work against Alex Avila. In the bottom 3rd of the Tiger order here in the 7th inning. Avila, McCann, and Romine. Avila tonight has walked and flied to right field. 1-1. Now, for you non-scoreboard watchers, they have gone to the 9th inning in Anaheim. A's holding an 8-6 lead over the Angels. A's batting at the top of the 9th. Cross your fingers and your legs and whatever else you can think of to bring us good luck. Alex Avila begins the 7th by grounding a base hit through the middle. 1 on, nobody out, and James McCann. And again, we apologize. We have a brief outage in our Fox Box informational part of the screen for you. We'll get that back as quickly as possible. 10 base hits now for the Tigers tonight. Tom, you know, we were talking about this on Monday night. The Tigers, the top hitting club as far as average in the American League, and yet they're down near the bottom in runs scored, and another case in point tonight.
Well, yeah, we talked about the fact that they had a decent batting average with men in scoring position. Tonight they've had a couple of men out on the bases, a pickoff, a caught stealing, and a couple of double plays have hurt them.
Gene Lamont, longtime coach and manager at one point. Brad Ausmus. One on, nobody out. James McCann is singled, grounded into a double play. He sends this one to right field, and Chu has it measured. Shinsu back just shy of the warning track for out number 1. Next will be Andrew Romine. Romine 0 for 2 tonight. And has bunted into an out and struck out. And Sam Dyson, who worked an inning last night, up and throwing in that Ranger pen. One ball and no strikes to Romine. Ohlendorf a check of first. 1-1 now. Romine 2 out of 7 in this series. Came in last night as a defensive replacement for Castellanos when the third baseman went out with an injury. Ohlendorf took over for Andrew Faulkner. Faulkner worked just a third of an inning. They were both in relief of Giovanni Gallardo, who worked the first 5 1/3 tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Romine. Now Ohlendorf ready. And the fastball fouled away. Alex Avila started the inning by singling to center field. He is at first now with 1 out. Off the fist to second. Elvis to Odor for the out there. That's all they'll get. Avila had to wait to make sure Andrews was not going to catch the ball in the air, and once he made sure of that, Elvis had easy pickings at second. But Romine running hard out of the box took away any chance for a double play. So there are 2 gone now. Romine at first. And back to the top of the order for Anthony Gose. Breaking ball from Ohlendorf is in for strike 1. Gose has struck out twice, and last time up in a very important at-bat, grounded into a double play. Kept the Tigers from really mounting a charge in that inning. The pitch down by Gose's feet. The count evens at 1-1. That was the 5th inning when the Tigers had gotten their first 2 men aboard. And with 1 out, Gose grounded into a double play that Rougned Odor handled very nicely at second base. A tag and then a throw to first. One pitch coming. Almost hit him. 2-1. Ohlendorf, you remember, started the season on the disabled list. He looked like he was going to be able to make the ball club out of spring training, and the groin injury sidelined him. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gose. By the time that Moss got himself squared around, it was mid-May before he could get back to the big leagues. And the crowd getting into it with 2 out. 2-2 pitch.
That pitch was about 8 inches outside. Somehow Ghost was able to reach it and foul it off. 94 miles an hour tailing away from him.
Romine at first, 2 away. Rangers hooting and hollering here at Globe Life Park. Another 2-2. Up the middle, Elvis has it. He will make the throw to first in time to get Ghost, and that takes care of the Tigers. No runs, a hit, 1 man left. We'll take the stretch at Globe Life Park with the Rangers leading the Tigers 6-2.
Double play waiting to happen.
We can only hope. Thank you, Dana. Now, bottom of the 7th inning. And Robinson Chirinos leading things off against Kyle Lobstein. Robinson, the solo home run that put the Rangers ahead in the 3rd inning. He's also flied to right field, hit that ball to right field pretty hard, too. He is 1 out of 2 tonight, and currently hitting at .231. For Chirinos, just his 75th game of the year, and he has 10 home runs, so pretty good production from Robinson. Power has come often for him this year as he takes low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Time called. Robinson not quite ready to go to work yet. One, 2, popped him up. Kinsler, the second baseman, coming in just behind the mound, makes the catch for out number 1. Epstein has retired all 5 Rangers that he has faced so far. Now he'll face Delino to Shields with 2 out. Delino drew a walk back in the 4th inning. That was his last at bat. He is 0 for 2 officially tonight. Delino hitting at .257 as he takes the off-speed pitch in for strike 1. Lobstein back to the plate. This is low with that one. Delino now just 1 for his last 13. That comes on the heels of that 7-game hitting streak that he had. A little bit up and down, but you take it over the longer haul, and Delino's hit over .280 in his last 16 games. He's hit safely in 14 of those 16. Little top around in front of home plate. Lobstein's going to have to hurry. He throws it down the right field line. And Delino's speed really coming into play there. Lobstein had only 1 chance, and he had to get rid of it quickly and make a strong throw, and couldn't get it done.
That would have been fun to watch if it went right down the right field line into the corner because Collins had come in. You see Collins coming in to back up that play. And somehow that ball gets by him. That would have been fun watching Delino run.
That's going to be a base hit for Delino to Shields.
Yeah, if you've got a slower runner, then you'd probably consider error. But when you consider the speed, the pressure you put on the pitcher to make the throw on that little tapper, infield hit sounds fair.
A 1 on, 1 out. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate. 1 for 3 tonight. Lobstein, a couple of tosses over at first. Chu, a single and a run scored in the 1st inning. Got Delino to Shields at first base. The Shields up among the league leaders in stolen bases. He has 24 of them. That's good for 6th in the American League. And Lopstein making a concerted effort to keep him close. Extra energy now injected into the Globe Life Park crowd. Starting to get a little excited for the Ranger possibility of adding to this lead, which right now is 6-2. To a .276 average. Stepping back in, tapping the plate with the business end of that bat. Delino a couple of steps off first. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Jew checking with third base coach Tony Beasley, going through a series of signs down there. Delino to Shields receiving those signs at first, as did Shin-Soo Choo. Inside, almost hitting. She's spinning out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, the other thing that speed does too is a pitcher focusing on a fast runner at first a lot of times won't have the same command of his pitches that he would without that runner at first. Intimidation factor. Snap throw down at first. The appeal on the check swing. It was a swing. Alonso Marquez, the third base umpire, made that call. So the count is 2-1.
Fans recognize the scoreboard.
Yep. They just put up a final from Anaheim as the Oakland A's have defeated the Angels 8-7. And as of this moment, the Ranger magic number is down to 3.
Now, what that means when the Angels, if the Rangers do win this game, and there's a long way to go, but if they do win this game, when the Angels come in, it can't end up in a tie. All the Rangers have to do is win 1 game. If the Angels swept the Rangers, that would be a different story.
Yep.
But they would have to win 4 straight. The Rangers win 1 game, then the Angels would be eliminated.
And you saw that score from Seattle where the Mariners have an early lead over the Astros. The magic number for the Astros now is down to 2.
So if the Rangers take care of their business, the Yankees would be the first wild card, and then there would be a mad scramble between the Angels, the Astros, and Minnesota to see who the second wild card would be. Minnesota would be kind of on the outside looking in, but still have a chance.
I misstated that. It's down to 3 for the Astros right now. Now, Jew gone. Let's go to Dana Larson for a Boston game break. All right, Dana, thank you.
They took her right down to the wire.
They did.
2 men on.
Here's Adrian Beltre. In the dirt. DeShields going to second. The throw by McCann is late. The Roadrunners at it again. That ball couldn't have bounced more than maybe a foot from James McCann.
That ball's right in front of him. He picks it up and throws it. Beltre's doing a little dance. He's getting out of the way. Don't get him for interference on that play.
No. Well, the wild pitch. Delino at second now. Beltre trying to bring him home. Trying to take a shot to the right side. Pretty good size hole over there. A little wry smile as he looked out to Ian Kinsler. Good friend of his out there at second base. Pulled way up the middle. Kinsler knows how much room there is between he and the first baseman Avila. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beltre 2 for 3 tonight, a double and a 2-run home run. Now 74 RBI this year. 17 round trippers. 29 RBI in September. The most in the American League. Taking it that way. Kinsler, though, went back to shade him that way just a little bit. And able to get a jump on the ball. And Beltre is yelling at Kinsler. Kinsler's not even going to look at him. That'll do it. Rangers do not score. They strand a runner on a base hit. We're going to the 8th. It's the Rangers 6, the Tigers 2.
Progressive fan of the game. We got to give it to Phillip. That's right. 600 consecutive games, they say. Phillip, how many years is that?
8 consecutive years here at the front row.
Way to go, Phillip. Now, what's been your most memorable experience here?
Got to be Game 4, Derek Collins shutting them down in the World Series.
I like that. All right, congratulations. Here's the bag. Enjoy. Give me the most unique things in the stands. I understand you started a Napoli chant.
There was a little bit of a Napoli chant here going back a few years ago, and once again here. Come on. Napoli! 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 Thank you.
Nap's enjoying that. He's trying to figure out if he's supposed to get a bat and a helmet and get up the plate. Normally when he hears that, that's what he's doing. Now, Sam Dyson on for the second straight night. Dyson worked a very quick inning last night. 3 quick outs in succession. So he's on again here this evening. Sam appearing in his 28th ball game for the Rangers. Dyson at .222 average. And again, Drew Stubbs, the hero of the last play of last night, on again to take over in center field. Dyson in last night's game threw a grand total of 12 pitches in getting those 3 outs. He will face Rajai Davis, Ian Kinsler, and J.D. Martinez. 3 right-handed hitters here in the 8th inning. The first pitch to Davis inside for ball 1. Rangers 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors tonight. The Tigers 2 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. Davis 1 for 3. A ball and a strike. Rajai Davis now an 8-game hitting streak. He has hit about 380 over that time, and he hits one right down the first baseline. It's a fair ball. Chu plays the carom. Davis going for second. A strong throw, but not in time to get the speedy Rajai Davis. He is aboard with a leadoff double.
Well, that was a well-placed ground ball. Looked like it was going to slice foul, but it just stayed straight right over the bag. A good look at it. You see it spinning. Spun right over the bag fair.
With pretty good speed, able to get a little burst of speed going into second. His 16th double of the year has him in scoring position with nobody out, and Ian Kinsler will come up for his 4th at bat. Ian 2 out of 3. Another multi-hit game for the Tigers second baseman. Couple of singles. He's also flied to right field. Dyson a check of second. Nothing and 1. Dyson last night faced Davis, who grounded out to third. He got Ian Kinsler to pop out to short. And then he faced Cabrera last night and got him to ground out to short. Oh, and 1 the count. Dyson okays the sign, a check of Davis. 0-2. Looks like Ian remembers that pop-up he hit last night. He's at the head of the bat out a little more quickly tonight.
You got to do that against Sam, and sometimes that you get it out there quicker, but with all that movement, it doesn't do you any good.
Now Sam is ready. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Very emphatic call by Dan Molino down there at first base. Kinsler strikes out for the first out of the 8th.
I've seen Sam come in throwing the 97-mile-an-hour fastball and then throw the 90-mile-an-hour changeup. That looked like a slider, about 82 miles an hour. And he couldn't quite stop his swing.
No, that is a very big out number 1 here in the 8th inning. J.D. Martinez has a 3-for-3 night going. He has 2 singles and a double. And Rajai Davis bouncing around out there at second base. Sam Dyson just a little slow turnaround to second. J.D. Martinez now at 285 average. Nothing and 1. Now, J.D. Martinez this year coming into play tonight. He was tied for 3rd in the American League with 71 extra base hits. 4th with 313 total bases. And with over 100 RBI, that puts him 7th, 101 RBI. He's having quite a year. 1 ball and 1 strike. .38 home runs for him, and 6th in the American League coming into play tonight. One and 2.
That's changeup, 89 miles an hour. Earlier, Buzz, we were talking about what kind of player Martinez was while he was in Houston. If you boil down his numbers into 1 full season, it would have averaged out to 255, 16 home runs, and 82 RBIs. Parts of 3 seasons there. He had almost 900 at-bats and 24 home runs. So for ages 23, 24, and 25, those aren't bad numbers, really.
Gone on strikes here as Sam Dyson gets his 2nd consecutive punch out.
Sam's got some weapons. It's not just the mid-90s sinker. He just made Martinez look bad on 2 changeups. He's also, to Ian, made him look bad on a slider. Either that or a hard curveball. I'm not sure what you wanted to call it, but an 82-mile-an-hour breaking ball, nevertheless.
Oh, 2 outs with Rajai Davis still anchored at second base. Here is Tyler Collins. Collins, 2-run single in the 1st, and that is the only damage that the Tigers have done tonight. A chopper on the right side. Borland to Dyson at the bag. That is out number 3. A nice job by Sam Dyson to work around the leadoff double. No damage done. 1 left aboard after 7.5. Rangers by 4.
As we head to the bottom of the 8th here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, this concludes a 3-game series between Detroit and Texas. Up next, it is the LA Angels of Anaheim coming to town for a 4-game series to close out the 2015 regular season, and a very pivotal series at that. Mike Trout very good at hitting baseballs. .415 average this season here in Texas. Derek Holland will look to put a stop to that tomorrow night right here on Fox Sports Southwest. Same time, same place, 7 o'clock. Thanks to the guys at AT&T Uverse for getting us ready for game 1 of a 4-gamer beginning tomorrow. A big one, you guys.
All right, Em, thanks. Yeah, don't forget it's Red Out Weekend starting tomorrow night. Rich Fielder, a 2-hopper that's gobbled up by Ian Kinsler. That is out number 1. Prince 2 for 4 now after that ground out. That is how the 8th inning gets underway. Now Lobstein back out to the hill, and Lobstein has given up just one hit in his 2 2/3 innings of work so far. Will Venable, who was the first hitter that Lobstein faced coming in the 5th inning. Will lined sharply to right field for an out. 0 for 1 tonight for him. Venable now the average down to 188 in a Ranger uniform. It's this one sharply, and Kinsler flags that one down. 2 gone. And Sean Tollison loosening in that Ranger bullpen. Tollison, of course, came in last night, got his 34th save of the year. With a few tenuous moments,
I'll say.
Mitch Moreland, 1 out of 3. Lobstein misses low and outside. Mitch had a single back in the 3rd inning. Other than that, he has flied to left, grounded to the right side. One ball and 1 strike. Now 2-1. The Rangers trying to, they've already won the season series this year from the Tigers. That used to be a feat in itself a few years back. A swing and a miss. The Rangers have had the Tigers' number of late. They're 8-6 coming into play tonight in their last 14 home games. And they have won 3 of the last 4 series here at Globe Life Park. 3-2 to Mitch. Moreland trying to extend this 8th inning. He's able to get aboard. Elvis Andrus would have a shot at Lobstein in this inning. Full count. Folks, the Texas Rangers are taking deposits now for the 2015 postseason suite rentals. Postseason suites are a perfect way to entertain your group of between 12 and 100. Just visit TexasRangers.com/postseason suite to get all the details on this exciting opportunity. Low and outside, and Mitch takes the walk. Moreland aboard for the 2nd time tonight, and that brings up Elvis. Andrus 0 for 3. Ground out, a pop out, and a fly out. Elvis one more opportunity to extend that on-base streak he has going. Currently it's at 14. Lobstein to the plate. And a slow chopper to 3rd. Castellanos a bare hand throw and got him at first. And Jeff Bannister up out of the dugout. Elvis seems to think that, yeah, he got him. But Jeff saying, hang on. Let us have an opportunity to have Joey Provinsky look at that upstairs. Sure looked to the naked eye like Elvis beat that out, but the video says differently. And that is going to be it. So, Jeff Bannister said, yeah, they will not be a challenge. I think that's what he's saying. In any event, it's going to be tally time when we come back to Globe Life Park. The Rangers up by 4.
Are 3 outs away
from making this one official. The Rangers with a 6-2 lead as we head to the top of the ninth. Dana Larson here reminding you we've got Rangers Live, the post-game edition, coming up right after the game. Of course, we'll have reaction from Jeff Bannister and in the clubhouse thanks to Emily Jones. We'll have much more on all of those games of interest we've been updating all night long, and both Mac and Pudge are trying to make me laugh right now. I will tell you that, and I'm doing my best not to. We found Pudge, and hopefully he is not too worn out from his tour of the ballpark tonight. We'll have their, of course, all of their analysis coming up, and we'll set up what is obviously a huge series coming up this weekend with the Angels. Guys, back to you.
All right, Dana, thank you. Nick Castellanos going after Sean Tollison, drives it off the wall in front of the bullpen in right center field. Well, Castellanos sees the first pitch from Sean Tollison and belts it to right center for his 32nd double of the year. And that is how the ninth inning begins.
Fastball in, he goes the other way with it. I didn't think he hit it that well off the bat, but he almost drove it into the bullpen.
Well, the 12th hit of the night for the Tigers. That's how Sean Tollison is greeted here in the ninth inning. Tollison in his 70th appearance of 2015, 6-3. The saves, you know about those, 34 out of 36. League hitting .232 against Tollison. First pitch to Alex Avila is high for ball one. Avila 1 out of 2, a single and a fly ball to right. He's also walked tonight, on base a couple of times. Tollison last night faced Avila as the first hitter. Avila came off the bench and pinch hit. And he takes this ball deep to left field. Venable going back to the track, up against the wall, makes the catch. Tagging at second, heading for third. And sliding in safely is Castellanos. What a play by Will Venable.
Well, the Rangers, with the expanded rosters, they have some pretty good defensive replacements in the outfield. We've seen Drew Stubbs last night, and that play was probably equally as tough, with Will Venable running as hard as he could toward the wall, reaching up and making a nice play right at the wall. A pretty strong throw into third, too.
I wouldn't think you'd suspect a left-handed hitter could hit one that far toward the line and that far out in the outfield.
No, it's the second ball. Both Castellanos and Avila, both those balls went farther than it looked. They were going to go off the bat.
Yeah.
They actually looked like they went exactly as far as they did. Off the bat, it didn't look like they were going to go that far.
We're going to have another umpire discussion. Jeff Bannister out to say something. I'm not really sure what Jeff was talking to Tom Hallion about, indicating something of what he saw, what he thought he saw. Well, Hallion getting together with the umpiring crew, and they'll discuss whatever Jeff brought up to him.
Play at third base throw was off. He was safe at third. I guess if they thought he left too soon, they could take care of that by appealing it.
Just appeal.
They wouldn't be doing this.
This, the play isn't unfolded. Avila went back, or Castellanos went back to second, tagged up. We'll get the time synced together so that both are in sequence. And now the crew chief Tom Hallion is indicating he wants to get the headsets out. So at the umpire's discretion, they will, or he's going to go talk to Brad Osmond. So they will get the headsets out though, and check with the replay command center back in New York. I'm really not sure what they're looking at.
I'm not either.
Hallion and Dan Bellino, looks like, are the 2 umpires that
he definitely didn't go past the bag and then miss it coming back. He's definitely safe at third. If they thought he left too soon, they would appeal it. It's not out of the baseline.
Yeah,
I'm perplexed.
Yep. Umpire review is taking place.
Guess they're challenging that he went past second base and didn't touch it coming back toward third. We showed that. It appeared that he did.
Yeah. It appeared 1 foot was on the bag at all times.
Yeah. 1 foot definitely went past the bag, but his other one was on the base.
No. Replay Command Center issued their opinions. No, it's all perfectly legal. So Castellanos will be at third with 1 out. And James McCann will come to the plate. Alfonso Marquez explaining to Nick Castellanos, Dave Clark down there, exactly what that was all about. And the call was confirmed. So there you go. No, 1 away. McCann 1 for 3 tonight. A single, double play grounder, and a fly ball to right. And John Tollison misses with the breaking ball. It is 1-0. McCann a .266 average. Ranger infield, obviously, with a 6-2 lead, will play the infield back. Will certainly give up the run for the second out of this inning, if need be. 1 ball and 1 strike. McCann with his base hit tonight now has hit safely in each of his last 4 ball games. Now that. And the official word on that umpire review was challenge that the runner had touched second before tagging up to go to third base, and the call was confirmed that he indeed had touched the base properly. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Some high heat, and Tollison gets the punch out. 2 gone. That's exactly where Robinson Chirinos wanted that pitch. And you see Robinson's reaction. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. No, this is the guy the Rangers have been looking for. Potential last out of the ball game. And Andrew Romine takes a strike. It is 0-1. Rangers trying to reduce their magic number to 2 over the Angels. Angels, in case you missed it, have lost tonight. The Oakland A's defeated them 8-7. 0-1 pitch. 0-2, and the Tigers now down to their last strike. And this crowd of 28,633 on their feet at Globe Life Park. They have been following the Angel game all night, the Rangers all night, and the pitch in the dirt, 1-2. We want to let loose with a little bit of emotion here.
Looking at the scoreboard, it looked like Seattle started the bullpen. Zick started. Whitebay's in there now. I don't think they even had a starting pitcher. But they got a pretty good bullpen, so that could work well for them.
And the Let's Go Ranger chant is rising. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got him swinging. Tollison with the punch out, works around the leadoff double. That is a winner. And the Rangers are one win away over the Angels of closing it out against Los Angeles. And that begins tomorrow night as the magic number is now down to 2. So with the Angels coming into town, the Rangers have an opportunity to close it out with a win over Los Angeles. And they have a chance to reduce that magic number to Houston to 1 with a win. It is 2 right now. And if the Astros lose tonight, it would be down to 1. So the Rangers getting it done tonight, 6-2 the final, as they win the rubber game of this 3-game series and win 2 out of 3 over Detroit. 2 very important wins coming down the stretch this last week, and Rangers making themselves right at home once again here at Globe Life Park in Arlington as they get the job done here tonight. The long ball was in evidence once again. With 2 very important home runs. Adrian Beltre, Robinson Chirinos, and then Mike Napoli added the important 2-run home run himself. And Sean Tolleson able to close it out with a couple of punch-outs to send the Tigers on to Chicago. And that Ranger dugout very, very happy with the goings on here tonight. Handshakes from Jeff Bannister to Mike Maddox and the birthday boy, Dave Magan. And let's head down to the field. Emily Jones has Mike Napoli standing by.
Thank you very much, Mike Napoli. Big win for you guys. What did that one feel like coming off your bat, the home run?
You know, I was going up there looking for something up in the zone. Put a good shoot.
I bailed on you a little early. Now that we've got that out of the way. Big win for you guys. How fun is it to be a part of this team right now?
You know, getting here in my first day in Seattle, I knew it's a special place. It's a place that I'd love to play. But it's a great club. You know, we get along together, and we come out here and play the game as a team. And you know, we got a nice win tonight.
This has been a team that's picked each other up, especially here in the second half. Can you describe just what it's like in the clubhouse, in the dugout, between you guys?
I mean, like I said, we're a close-knit group, and you know, we come out here to play for each other. You know, we pick each other up, and you know, we come out here and play hard. And it's a fun time. You know, Banny keeps you loose in the clubhouse, and you know, it's just fun.
Did you miss those Napoli chants when you were gone?
I did. You know, being back here hearing them, it's pretty special to me.
Yeah, thanks so much. We appreciate it. We'll send it back now to you guys.
All right, Ann, thank you. Yeah, a lot of emotion going on with the Rangers, and you understand they still have some work to do, but they've taken care of business so far. We'll be back to Globe Life Park with more right after this on Fox Sports Southwest.